Hello everyone. Welcome to this webinar. Thank you for joining today. My name is Chiara, and we will spend the next hour together getting ready for an amazing holiday season. A couple of housekeeping notes. We are live on YouTube, we're recording this session, and you will receive the slides after the presentation. We will also collect questions from the chat that you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, and we will try to address them at the end of the session. So if you're ready, we can begin with our presentation. Okay, so let's get ready. So with moments like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Christmas, for many retailers, the upcoming months represent the most important period of the year, and that's probably also why you are joining today. And so today we're going to help you find your next customers and drive more sales. You know that your potential customers are shopping anywhere and everywhere, and what we can do is helping you connect with them in all these places while elevating your brand so it stands out among the competition. And once you've connected with your customers, we can also help you remove friction from the entire experience to close the deal. So today we're going to review some best practices focusing on your shopping campaigns, and we will also briefly discuss smart shopping and smart bidding during seasonality. So let's spend, before diving into the content, let's spend some time together to review some insights that you need to consider when to fully capture the opportunity of the holiday season. Well, consumers nowadays are more connected and more curious than ever, and for the first time, more than half of the time spent and purchases actually occurred online. We see that consumers research online before buying, and what you need to do is being there when they research, but also when they are ready, of course, to complete the purchase. And what we've observed is that the shift to mobile has been even more dramatic year after year. And nowadays, 51% of online purchases made by EMEA shoppers are coming from a mobile device. And with the rise of mobile and the emerge of new platforms, consumers have totally changed the way they shop. They want to buy from brands that help them discover new things, and they want to find what they need and get things with the least amount of friction, all but in a personalized and relevant way. Therefore, it's more important now than ever to lay the groundwork early for success during this festive period. And we all know that consumer shopping journeys are getting longer and even more complex. And global shoppers, this is a research that we've done, on average are currently shopping for more than 6 categories. But if you think also about your own experience, you can probably recognize yourself in this. For example, consider that for Christmas, you're probably not buying the same gift for everyone. And also, we saw how consumers are, of course, connected, they're curious, but they're becoming more and more demanding. As a matter of fact, 43% of consumers expect retailers to offer tailored promotions based on their purchases history, and half of them actually visit multiple websites before deciding what to buy, who to buy from, and checking the online inventory. And this is a clear opportunity for you to win new customers during this period. As we can see here, more than half of global shoppers say that they use Google to discover or find new brands. And 54% of global shoppers say that when shopping online, they visit multiple websites before settling on what to buy and who to buy from. And clearly, we have seen that consumer behavior has changed, and Black Friday and Cyber Monday are becoming more and more important. not only in the US, but also all around EMEA. Here you can see the value of Black Friday and Cyber Monday in countries such as the UK or Germany or France, but even Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium. So it's becoming more and more important all around EMEA. And also, what it's important to keep in mind when talking about Black Friday and Cyber Monday is what it really means to consumers. Because consumers' intent is different on Black Friday than it is for the rest of the peak season. It's a totally different customer mindset because what we see is that while some people actually do buy early gifts on Black Friday, most consumers are actually purchasing from themselves. From our research, we've seen that 61% of buyers are actually buying themselves a gift. So it's more promotion driven, and it's not driven by the need to find a gift. So people buy based on promotions or what they find. And Black Friday is growing globally. Here we can see the global growth of Black Friday last year, 2018. So we can see that the growth of the queries have been growing all over EMEA for all top retail categories, and the gap with the US is getting actually smaller and smaller every year. And for advertisers, this trend represents an incredible opportunity to extend the holiday season way beyond Christmas. So that's why we recommend you to start as soon as possible. So let's see how you can actually take action on this. To put themselves in the best possible position for the holiday season, retailers need to ensure that they are maximizing the digital presence and giving consumers the seamless, relevant, and helpful experience that they're looking for, from the very start of the shopping journey until they land on your website or even in your store. So let's see what Google is actually bringing to the table to help you grab these opportunities. Google is uniquely placed in the industry as a partner and enabler to help you reach your business goal next quarter. Thank you to an unparalleled reach. We have 9 platforms with over 1 billion users each. So we have a scale and a reach which extends across all the complex and lengthy journeys that we heard about earlier. And also our platforms are at the heart of the shopping journeys. As a matter of fact, 74% of EMEA shoppers have used a Google product, which could be Search, Maps, or YouTube, in the past week to help with their shopping. And also, we can help you to engage with customers, with consumers throughout all the entire stages of their journey. And we can help you to drive both traffic and transactions. So let's get actually into the real actions that you can take to win this holiday season. We will use a framework with 3 steps. So we will see some actions that you can take to accelerate your business. Then we'll see some actions, some recommendations to connect with your consumers. And then finally, how you can close the loop by driving action. So data are the fuel that you need to accelerate your business. And in the next few minutes, we're going to review how you can maintain a healthy feed and unlock the power of machine learning with smart bidding and smart shopping campaigns. We know that providing the right information powers the best experience. That's why we recommend you to fix your data feeds before the holiday season. Some ideas, some recommendations are adding all available inventory to the shopping feeds, or if a retailer wants to offer a special item like a gift package, then make sure that these products are uploaded on time. And also care about images, because high quality images are a great deal for user experience, but they also play a big part in the quality of the feed. And also use rich titles, provide relevant attributes that actually can match what your users or consumers are searching for. And finally, make use of feed rules functionalities that will help you to make fast updates or make a feed that will receive from an advertiser ready. As an idea, you can use feed rules to overcome policy issues such as missing attributes. But we're going to review this recommendation soon. So as we've seen, a healthy and well-maintained feed is essential to a successful shopping campaign. So here I'll quickly cover what to focus on to make sure that your feed is in good shape heading into the holiday season. So first of all, avoid account suspension. So make sure your feed is compliant with Google policy requirements to avoid suspension during the peak season. And also make sure that your feed is in a good shape by resolving data error through the diagnostic tab. And finally, provide a complete product content so that search relevance and delivery of your ads can actually be maximized. And to support you staying on top of your feed health and address any item level disapproval, there are 3 tools in the merchant centers that we recommend you to get familiar if you're not with already. First of all, we have the offer drop email alerts. This is a new feature that's going to send you an email whenever there's any spike in disapproval or drop in live products, so that you're actually notified instantly and you can quickly address the issues and get your items back live and serving as soon as possible. I highly encourage you to make sure that all relevant stakeholders have this feature enabled. If you don't know where to find it, you can find it in your account preferences. Second, make sure you use the opportunities tab. This tab will surface all the highest impact SKU currently disapproved, along with estimated click impact for each single item, so you know which items you can focus on first when fixing all the issues. So keep an eye on this tab, especially in this period, to ensure that top items are reapproved and eligible to serve. Make sure you fix all top issues and get disapproved products back in the auction before the festive season. And finally, keep the merchant center feed-through capabilities in mind whenever a change is needed to your product data. With feed rules, as we've seen before, you are able to edit your product data directly in the merchant center without updating your raw feed file. You can think of it in a way as a band-aid or a patch on top of your raw feed setup. So if you need to edit or add certain attributes to get your items, you can make all the necessary changes quickly and directly in the merchant center by using feed rules. And as you know, shopping is not keyword-based. Instead, Google uses all the data that you're submitting, such as product titles, descriptions, and so on, to decide when to serve your item to relevant search queries. And this makes optimizing your feed super important. So first, make sure that you have accurate JTINs for your items. Often they are the product identifier that you'll find on products near the barcode. And this will help you understand exactly what your item is, so we can serve it to the most relevant queries. And in addition, you want to fill your titles with important differentiators, such as size, color, or brand name. By adding this information, you will not only help your item's quality score, but you will also help shoppers have a better idea of what the item you're selling is, so that you can actually make a more informed click. Second may sound as an obvious one, but it's not. Make sure your feed is sending up-to-date data throughout the day, because out-of-date prices and availabilities are not only a policy risk, but they also lead to a poor user experience. A couple of advanced features in the feed you can think of, for example, are custom labels. Custom labels can be used, for example, if you have a group of items that you consider high margin or priority seasonal items. If you want to bid higher on them, you can add a custom label to these items, which will in turn make it easier to break them out in your ads campaigns, for example, to bid more aggressively on these high priority items. And finally, if you're running time-sensitive sales, you can set up your sale prices in advance using the sale price and sale price effective date attributes. And this will inform Google when you need your sales price turned on and then actually turned off. So as we've seen, it's key submitting effective, well-maintained, and what we could define as a beautiful data feeds. So a couple of reminders here. Ensure your data feeds are up to date and clean with the tools that we have just reviewed. Check price benchmark metrics to see how price competitive you are against other retailers on Google Ads, and this could be extremely important, especially during this holiday season. Also, submit your entire inventory in the Merchant Center for eligibility to show your products on surfaces across Google, and keep your data fresh by enabling automated feed delivery or the shopping content API or automated item updates to make frequent updates to fluctuating product price and availability. And also use Google My Business. Consider that 25% of consumers actually expect retailers to have product availability information before visiting a shop. So we recommend to set up a Google My Business account to show your most up-to-date shop information on Google. So, for example, update your opening hours and create a post through Google My Business if you're holding a seasonal event or offering a special service, such as gift wrapping. And use local campaigns to specifically optimize for shop visits and access exclusive ad inventory on Google Maps. Of course, we're Google, so we also invest a lot on machine learning. And let's see how actually machine learning can help you to achieve best results. First of all, add optional columns and extensions. So differentiate your shopping ads, adding optional data such as GAN's color or size to your feeds to make it easier for shopper to evaluate the products. Increase eligible inventory, so show your products, increasing the number of products available to serve, especially in smart shopping campaigns. And finally, use feed rules to improve titles and description. Consider that 44% of consumers say that detailed product descriptions, pictures, or videos are important when purchasing online. So the more information you provide, the better it is. But machine learning is actually present in many other products. And here we're going to review now smart bidding, so how you can actually work with smart bidding during seasonality to maximize your efficiency, and how you can use smart shopping campaigns to help customers find your products. So probably if you're using smart bidding, or if you're interested in thinking about using smart bidding, one of the main questions you may have is, how can I prepare for seasonal events? How can I adjust maybe my target CPA, my target ROAS bidding strategy during, for example, Black Friday or a big weekend sale? And consider that more than 70% of Google advertisers are now using auto bidding in the Google Ads campaigns, because smart bidding is able to add so much value compared to manual bidding. How it works, it sets bids at a query level at auction time, and then uses a combination of exclusive signals to set the best bid, and optimizing based on data from across all your campaigns. So before starting diving into this, let's understand what types of changes you might expect during this holiday season. There are basically 3 changes in market conditions that you can already expect. For example, you may see some increased traffic coming from more queries on your product. You might see an increased conversion rate, as people may have a shorter research process and they actually might buy faster. And you may see increased conversion value, as they might buy more of the products. But also, what you may see is increase in the competition, since many advertisers are willing to be a little bit more aggressive at this time of the year to take advantage of the whole holiday opportunity. So actually, here's the big challenge that we would like to help you address today. So how you can actually prepare smart bidding for seasonal events. So basically, we will cover 2 scenarios here. So if you expect a large traffic increase to your website, or if you expect your conversion rates to change dramatically. So first of all, first scenario, you expect a large traffic increase to your website. That's actually good news, because the more the volume, the better it is for smart bidding. So there's no immediate action required on your side, and the shift in conversion rate is gradual in these instances, and so we are able to address them in our bid algorithm. If you don't expect conversion rates to change drastically, target CPA and target ROAS will remain the best way to achieve your cost per acquisition and return on investment goals. However, it's still important to make sure your campaign budget isn't capped in order to capture the full opportunity. So if you note a limited by budget in the status column of your campaigns table, this means that your budget is lower than the recommended daily budget, and so we recommend you to address it. Especially for maximized conversion, where the main lever is budget, ensure that you have the right budget that you want to spend over the days of seasonality, and then afterwards you can lower it back down. The second scenario that we're going to cover is when you expect your conversion rate to change. Also here, in most cases, no action is required, as smart bidding can handle short spikes too. However, the recommended action will depend on if the seasonal change is a longer trend, so more than 3 days, or a short spike, so up to 48 hours. We're going to now review the recommended course of action for both these types of seasonal trends. So longer trends, so more than 3 days. And an example of this trend is, for example, an increase in conversion rate over the Christmas season. In this case, generally, no immediate change to your smart bidding strategy is needed, and the shift in conversion rate is gradual, so we are able to address it. In addition, smart bidding learns from how behavior changed on a particular day of the week in the past, so seasonality due to day of week effect is explicitly accounted for. However, keep in mind that you may want to make some slight adjustments to the target CPA or target ROAS, depending on your marketing goal for this season. Then we can move on to a short spike. A short spike is considered a 24-48 hours sudden change in conversion. So in this case, a typical example you can think of is Black Friday. In most cases, again, no action is required, since smart bidding can also handle short-term scenarios. But also, please note that target CPA and target ROAS already handle short-term events efficiently in many cases, especially when conversion cycles are short, as we are able to manage all conversion data and analyze them within a few hours, and then adjust the bids in real time. So in many cases, nothing has to be done, most cases, but since you know actually your conversion, what you should expect, if you anticipate a sudden and significant increase in the conversion rate, it's a good idea to adjust targets before the sale starts, and then revert after one conversion cycle or when the sale ends, whichever comes first. On a general rule, what we define as a significant increase in conversion rate is up to from 50% on. So actually, if you do expect conversion rates to change dramatically, you can adjust your goal accordingly. So the first thing you can change is your campaign target, for example, for target ROAS or target CPA. As a general rule, if you expect your conversion rate to change from, for example, from 2 to 4% from a sale, you can change the target metric in accordance with your expecting change in conversion rate. This would mean, for example, doubling your target CPA or half your target ROAS. However, this is not recommended for video due to the long conversion lag and shopping campaigns due to automatic adjustments. So, as we've seen, staying automated, remaining automated is key to success during the holiday season. So let's review quickly what we just discussed. There are 4 steps that we recommend you to for success. So first of all, keep automation on during the holiday. If you're using smart bidding, don't turn it off. However, if possible, try to have a stable situation in your smart bidding for at least 2 weeks before your expected peaks. Use sale prices in your feed to let both your consumers and algorithms know that you are having a promotion. And cap budget and adjust target ROAS to capture the whole opportunity. And use seasonality adjustments to communicate our algorithm if you expect a big change in the conversion behavior. This is a new feature, and therefore we'll quickly review it to help you better understand why and how you should use it. So, as we've seen, while smart bidding can handle most seasonal events, we know that there are some key moments for your business when you can anticipate changes in the conversion rate well in advance. For example, if you're running a sale or promotion, you might have an expectation for a conversion rate that smart bidding won't be able to capture immediately. And for this specific situation, we have introduced seasonality adjustments, which is an advanced tool that can be used to inform smart bidding of expecting change in conversion rate for future events. And basically, this will help you. You can use it to very easily communicate when you're having a promotion. So whenever we shouldn't treat the specific behavior as a normal element of our smart bidding adjustments. So we have seen that bidding adjustments can be useful. So let's see how you can, some recommendation on how to set the right budgets to fully capture the incremental conversions. So for target ROAS and target CPA, we recommend daily budgets to be always set 20-30% higher than campaign daily spend. This is a best practice that allows for quicker learning and more volume at a similar efficiency. For maximized conversion and maximized conversion value, campaign budgets on existing campaigns should be always be set based on your spending goals. And increasing the budget that you're going to have will help you to capture more seasonal demand. And for a smart shopping campaign, we recommend to set a target for us and increase budget to take advantage of seasonal demand, or set a budget based on your spending goals, but consider increasing your budget to make sure that you are able to capture the increase in demand. So as we've seen, the second way you can also leverage, you can get the most out of our machine learning solution is using smart shopping campaigns. And smart shopping campaigns are a new campaign type that is available to help you leveraging machine learning to drive simplicity, performance, and reach. And these new campaigns radically simplifies campaign management to enable you to reach high-value shoppers without having to invest more time and effort on your site to do so. But how do they work? Basically, smart shopping campaigns work by using Google's ability to process lots of data with advanced machine learning. So they start by continuously analyzing Google Insights on user queries, intent signals, and many more insights, and your own insights on your audience, brands, products, and basket size. And with this information, we are able to determine patterns that correlate with online conversion value. And then when it comes to the auction time, smart shopping campaigns uses all these insights to decide whether the user is likely to provide high value and how much it should be to maximize value, which product is the right product to show, and whether to show an ad in the first place. And this is all done in just tenths of a second and helps you to achieve great results so that your teams don't have to focus on this, but can actually focus on the strategy. Smart shopping campaigns ads show up are able to reach users on search partners, display network, YouTube, and Gmail. So they actually have a great reach. And the reason why they are so popular is because they are able to drive results. So what you've seen is that more than 80% of the advertisers who use both standard shopping and smart shopping campaigns now use smart shopping campaigns for the majority of their shopping investment. And as we can see here, is because they drive more value. And also whenever we compare it to other automated bidding solutions. So we've seen that more than 30% increase in conversion value on average. And actually, smart shopping campaigns is also what we're betting on for the future, because automation creates real measurable value for businesses. And as part of our commitment to businesses, Google will continue to innovate there. And here you can see some launches, some product updates on smart shopping campaigns, which have already been launched or which are planned. So we are focusing a lot on this. However, following machine learning best practices doesn't mean that you will no longer need to focus on strategy. On the contrary, actually, you have still to be strategic. For example, in the way you create your campaigns. For example, creating different, separating different products with different goals into different campaigns, and then adjust the target ROAS accordingly. So it's extremely important that you keep your focus on the strategy and not just starting smart shopping. So we're now entering the second step of our framework, which is how you can connect with customers. So first, we've seen how you can use data to make sure that your business is ready, everything is ready to capture the opportunity. And now let's see how you can actually reach potential customers through the shopping journey. So how you can connect with customers is, well, the first recommendation is getting smart about audiences. With Google, you can actually use our data to reconnect with user through the journey. So, for example, retargeting customers and drive conversion, or expanding your audience by reaching new high-value customers. Consider that 48% of shoppers are actually open to buying from new retailers during the holiday season. So this is a great time of the year to actually expand your customer base. With search audience, but remember that most of these audiences are also available on other networks. You can use your own data and Google Insights to connect with the right user. You can actually combine your first-party data with Google data. For example, first-party data can be used for customer match targeting, remarketing, lists, and similar audience. And this will help you to expand your audience to users with a similar profile. An idea for this shopping holiday season is, for example, using customer match and similar audiences to upload an email list of last year's holiday shoppers, and then let us find new users who show similar traits to your most valuable customers. When it comes to our own Google data, they also feed audiences such as in-market segments, affinity, and detailed demographics. Again, some ideas for the holiday season. With detailed demographics, you can reach advanced demographic segments, like parents shopping for their family, or even married couples shopping for spouses in the holiday season. And with affinity audiences, you can reach relevant holiday audiences interested in your offering, for example, gift shoppers or wishlist creators. And in-market audiences actually can help you to drive action in high-intent holiday moments by reaching shoppers who are actively researching and looking to buy. However, selecting the right audience, of course, also depends on your goals. So there are some things that you need to consider during the peak season. Here we will also use a framework of a 3 model. So, for example, to expand to new users, you may apply Black Friday and Christmas shopper segments, or leverage on relevant in-market and detailed demographic segments. To reach similar users, we recommend using your first-party data and then selecting similar audiences, as we've just seen. And if you want to re-engage with users, you can use remarketing or customer match lists. In all scenarios, however, we recommend combining audience segments with generic keywords to expand your keyword coverage. An idea is hunt for missing keywords by running a search term report for the last festive season to uncover converting queries and potential terms to add. You can test high volume product keywords, such as, for example, Black Friday, and regularly review your negative keywords. And this is extremely important to make sure that you are not unintentionally restricting your traffic. Also, to unlock the power of automation, we recommend using smart creatives, and they're available to help you serve the right ad to the right user at the right time. Example of smart creatives are, for example, responsive search ads, responsive display ads, dynamic search ads, and they are also already included in Smart Shopping. Another important factor to consider is moving up the funnel by building awareness among consumers in the discovery and the research phase with broader queries and display and video formats. For example, with display, you can potentially reach 90% of global internet users, and you are actually able to influence their path to conversion. And with this reach and efficient targeting, you can actually convey messages at the right moment to the users who matter the most to your business. An idea is building your holiday shopper assets with responsive display ads. And with responsive display ads, Google uses machine learning algorithms to combine the ad assets, such as headlines, images, logos, description, and now also videos, in countless permutation across the web, continuously optimizing the performance. So again, you don't have to do it manually. But also, you can use video to inspire, educate, and convert shopper. More than half of shoppers say that online video has helped them to decide which specific brand or product to buy. So an idea for this season is actually uploading video of shop tours or product demos or seasonal gift recommendations that can help you to engage shoppers even more. And we've seen before that 48% of shoppers are actually open to buying from new retailers during the festive season. And in the 2018 festive season, 30% of them actually did. So again, it's a great opportunity. And to stay in front of potential customers as they start their shopping journey, by you can use, of course, smart bidding strategies. And of course, it's important to highlight your products on broader search queries. But also, you can use showcase shopping ads, which are now available on Google Images, to promote your brands and products earlier in the purchase journey. We have also seen that strong showcase coverage in some specific categories such as furniture, home and garden, luggage and bags, but also apparel and accessories. So we're now approaching the end of the journey, which is basically the reason why we invested so much in accelerating the business. So having everything ready, your feed ready, using smart shopping, using smart bidding, and then connecting to the right users, so building the right audience, making sure you reach them with the right message. And this is, of course, all oriented to driving action. So having them users taking action on site, in store, or across the web. So some specific recommendation for this: make sure you keep the lights on, which means also keeping budgets flexible to make sure that you are able to capture the growing demand. Usually, what we've seen is that after the holidays, traffic does not drop massively. So actually, traffic and transactions slowly decrease over time. And it's interesting to see that in some categories, we even see a higher amount of traffic in January than, for example, in October. So the recommendation here is don't take everything offline the day after Christmas or the day after a big promotion, but make sure you take off your sales promotion or replace them for this time of the year. Always keep an eye on the calendar. Here you can see an example of possible top retail dates for this year, so that you can tune in when your customers are actually starting to do your research. So that's why we recommend you to start planning and start taking action now, because customers are already active. Customers are already looking for products. Actually, top shopping days now occur throughout the season and not in concentrated peaks. That's why you want to be there. So we recommend to build your presence before festive traffic spikes to make sure you can capture early consumers' demand and therefore maximize profitability. So make sure you have a very clear plan of your promotion calendar, and especially if you offer installation and delivery, make sure you consider all international holidays, such as Diwali. And a recommendation that we also have here is create urgency. So make sure that you are driving urgency through your creative. Add extensions to highlight your unique offers and promotion in this period. As a general rule, we recommend to add at least 4 ad extensions. An idea could be inserting countdown timers for sales to boost your text stats and differentiate actually your shopping ads by using sale price annotation and merchant promotion. And also make use of the fear of missing out. So engage last-minute shoppers and deal seekers looking for the end-of-the-year sales, and make sure that you highlight these flash sales and promotions that you are running. A few final remarks. So kind of to wrap up everything that we have seen so far is make sure that you use all the resources that we've seen, all the best practices that you've seen, to make sure that you're present to reach customers during their journeys. So users are actually using Google to explore, to learn more about products, to discover new products before they buy something. Also make sure that you connect with user offering personalized recommendation, because that's what they expect you to do. And finally, once you've invested so much time in creating a nice experience, in creating the right ad, reaching the right customer, make sure that your checkout is as easy as possible. We've seen that actually 28% of carts were abandoned due to too long or complicated checkout process. So make sure that you're offering a seamless experience to your users. Here we have collected actually some resources that you can use to deep dive into some specific topics. So we will share this presentation with you later. So you're gonna find some more information on how to prepare for the holiday season, a practical guide to how to use smart bidding during this period, and also some tips on how to use the OptiScore and the performance planner during seasonalities. So we are actually on time. If you have any questions, we're happy to address them. We still have some time during this session. I see. Have you already? Oh, I actually have a question for you. Have you already started working on your seasonality plans for your advertisers? Okay. Okay. We'll take a couple of more minutes to see if you have any question on any of the topic we've just reviewed. Okay, so I see a question. So unfortunately, most of our clients don't do any promotions like Black Friday, etc., but the competitors do. So how can I adjust the bidding strategy like target ROAS, etc.? So yeah, this is a great question. So thank you for asking, Yasna. Um, well, first of all, I would strongly recommend you to help your clients to understand the value of time of, for example, Black Friday. We still know that even the value of Black Friday is growing over the last few years. It's growing year after year, more and more. It's actually very important for retailers to start understanding it even better, because traditionally they're still sometimes very focused on Christmas, so they miss out the other opportunities of this period. Some ideas is trying to understand if you also can expect some changes, if historically there have been changes. So as we've seen before, there are some adjustments that you can make. So, for example, doubling or adjusting a little bit your target CPA, so getting a little bit higher target CPA for this period, or reducing the return on spend. But I would recommend you, if you're using smart bidding, for example, we will also actually be able to adjust it gradually. So especially if you're not having a specific promotion, I would recommend you to use smart bidding, and let smart bidding adapt and adjust. Where is the question from Arianna? What is the vertical where you think there will be more focus on Black Friday? So yeah, here we can actually see some trends over the past years. Generally, we see a lot of growth in terms of what it's considered. Well, generally retail is big, but especially apparel or house, furniture. These are like technical. Consumer electronics is also growing quite fast. So as a general, what we see is just generally overall retail is growing a lot. Then there are some differences, nuances according also to the country and to the region. Katarzyna, how can we prepare the budget for the peaks? Now if you change the budget dramatically, everything collapses. And a recommendation is to write the budget like 5-10%. Another great question. So actually, I would say, again, also here, depending on if you're expecting like a longer term peak or a shorter peak, so 3 or more days, or 1-2 days, so depending also on the spike that you're expecting. Also here, in most cases, no specific adjustment is required on your side, but make for smart bidding. But on an average, adjust. For example, if you're using target CPA or target ROAS, adjust them according to the change in conversion that you see. For example, this could be an example. So if you expect your conversion rate to double, on a general rule, also double target CPA and target ROAS. If you're using maximize conversion, you will also see some recommendations on the if your campaigns are limited by budget. You can also use the recommendation tabs on Google Ads to see what could be a recommended budget for your campaigns. Brana, if you have small clients who have maximum of like 15 conversion per month, are smart campaign useful for them? because there is not much data for machine learning to adjust CPC, etc. This is a great question again, so thank you for asking. Of course, with smart campaigns, smart data, the more the data you have, the more the algorithm is actually able to learn and adjust quickly. However, we recommend using solutions such as smart bidding or smart creatives, even if you don't have historically don't have many conversions. For example, for smart bidding, for maximize conversion and target CPA, there's no minimum conversion threshold required, so you can actually use them very easily and very effectively, even without a big amount of conversion, big number of conversion. What we recommend in this case is starting moving to smart bidding as soon as possible, so that the algorithm is actually able to learn and adjust and get stable before the big peak, the big season peak, so that you can actually reach a good stable situation before the seasonal spike. Okay, so for example, Black Friday, we're changing budgets like 100 and 300%. Yeah, absolutely. Changing budget, it's of course recommended, especially if you're using maximize conversion as a smart bidding strategy. It's always good to make sure that you're able to cap the budget, to uncap the budget as much as possible. And yeah, and of course you can always make sure that you can have it higher before the peak, before the seasonal peak, and then reduce it after. So go back to your stable, normal situation. Justin, the feature in the merchant center with alarms for active products, is it only available for MCs with one client, not for MCs with a multi-client account? No, you can find it. We can follow up with you, or if you already have a Google POC, we can also help you to identify the feature. And thank you for all the questions. Okay. Okay, let me see if there's any other question. Okay, so yes, we will also again follow up. If you have already worked anyway with Capstone, you already experienced smart bidding, also use all your historical data. This will also help you to identify good budgets, or what you how the campaigns have performed last year. So make use of all the historical data that are available in your account. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining. I don't see new questions. So thank you everyone for joining, and have a great holiday season. And always, if you need to follow up, please always feel free to reach out to your Google point of contact. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day. Oh.